Good morning, everybody. I hope that you guys can hear me. Welcome to Athena Academy's graduation and end of year celebration. I hope that all of you guys are logging on and are able to hear me and see me. And as we try this new technology for me, anyway, I'm sure lots of you guys are familiar with live streaming, but we're going to see how this goes for all of us today. You'll see on the side that you are able to do some comments. Our graduates and our folks in the booth will be able to see those. So you will be able to connect with each other and continue to congratulate each other through the live chat. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome, everybody. For those of you that don't know me, I am Ms. Shama. I'm the head of school at Athena Academy, and it is my great privilege to be a part of this community and to be with you all today in order to celebrate our end of the school year. While this year has not quite gone the way that any of us had hoped that it would be, I've been continually impressed with the faculty and the students and the parents for rising to the occasion and making the best of this situation that we are in. The way that today's broadcast is going to go is we will do some graduation speeches for each one of our fabulous 8th graders who have worked really, really hard and earned this special day. And then we have a couple of other folks in the community that I'd like to congratulate. And then we'll do a reflection on the year, and then we'll do our closing circle. So of appreciations, as we always do. And so I would love to go ahead and say a couple of other thank yous before we get to the graduation speeches. Working at a school takes an entire village in order to make everything go right. And so I do want to take a couple of seconds to just do a quick shout out to all of our board members. Several of you are watching right now. You guys work in the background in order to make sure that Athena Academy continues to be the amazing place that it is. And I appreciate all of the work that you guys have been doing behind the scenes. I would also like to thank all of the parent volunteers who have helped us out this year through different activities before we went to shelter in place, for driving to field trips and being active participants in the community, as well as doing Teacher Appreciation Week this past week for our teachers, and all of the wonderful things that you guys do. So thank you so much. It does take a village, and we really appreciate all of the parent volunteers that help out. I'd also like to do a ginormous shout out to Pam, Joe, Ann, and Amar. They are the administrative team that basically make sure that I am able to do all the things that I need to do, and that the teachers can do all the things that they need to do. And they're absolutely an incredible team, and I'm super lucky to be able to work with them. And my last shout out is, of course, to all of the amazing teachers who come to work both online and in person day in and day out. They are absolutely amazing. And if we were in person, there would be a huge round of applause in the background and lots of cheering for the teachers who make everything fantastic. So it does take a village, and I appreciate being a part of this village. And now let's get to what we are all super excited about and start with our graduation speeches. So let me remove this from the screen. And we will go ahead and have Ben Herman will be our first graduate. So he's going to join me in the booth here. Hi, Ben. And I'd like to go ahead and invite Mr. Z to come on up as he will be doing Ben's graduation speech. So I'm going to exit, and you guys take it away.
Sounds good. Hey, Ben. So my first memory of you was at Wolf Camp, where while everyone else did field activities, you attempted to manipulate me into giving you the gummy snacks I hid in my jacket pocket. You succeeded at that. I don't know if you remember. Since then, I've had the fortune to have you as a student in 7th and 8th grade. During 7th grade, I got to know you as Ben the mathematician, as you blasted through any math concepts I threw at you. Whether we were analyzing the nutritional value of molecular gastronomy recipes or doing a statistical study of the value of our classroom currency, you kept on. I was always amazed at your ability to take tools I introduced to you, like Desmos or spreadsheets, and you take off to do these crazy projects with them, even though they were usually not the project you were supposed to be doing. Though I no longer had you for math this year, it was a highlight of mine having you, along with Michael and Willem, visit the tech lab, where we discussed things like obscure nomenclature for logarithms and ridiculous recursive formulas. Luckily, you joined my tech class, and I got to know you as Ben the programmer. Again, I was impressed by your ability to absorb complex topics as you worked with Michael on being as lazy as possible by writing a program to play Minesweeper for you. Or when you modded Minecraft to have a portal gun, which surprisingly worked well. But Ben, while I have acknowledged your intellect many times, I don't think I've ever acknowledged another one of your defining aspects, your compassion. Though often subtle, you're one of the most kind and patient students I've had. You are in your element when helping others, whether that is helping younger students play Minecraft at tech lunch, or helping in math class or with tech issues, or navigating the many personality conflicts that crop up when playing Dungeons & Dragons. You lead with compassion, and I respect you for that. To adapt a quote from someone wise beyond his years, I know that when you start your first year of high school, when you see people who are different from you, when you hear of people who are different from you, you will think about not just what you think they need or should do to be better, but that you will think what it feels like to be them and what it must feel like to have their hopes and needs. That is something I know you will do. Now, to get past all the mushy stuff, for your graduation present, I wanted to combine some of the things that we both enjoyed together over these years. So I was going to give you this book on mining for pythons. But apparently there are some health concerns with that. So I had to opt for learning to program using Python in Minecraft. You may be wondering why I got you a one-page book, but I assure you, when you see it in person in 5 to 7 business days, it will look much more book-like. Anyway, I am fortunate to have had you as a student, and I hope I can see you soon for a late in-person celebration when, these things get sorted out. I didn't really think about how to end this, so here, do this with me. Let's fist bump at our cameras and fade to black, and we'll wait for Mishama to take us out.
Congratulations, Ben!
I'm gonna do it anyway.
There you go. Oh. All right. Congratulations, Ben. Thank you, Mr. Z. All right. So our next graduate that we will graciously have join us is going to be Rigel. So I'll have Rigel jump on up. Mr. Z, if you could remove yourself from the studio, that would be amazing. All right.
Hi, Shama.
Hi, Rigel. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. So here comes Miss Siegel, who is going to be speaking about you today. Making her way up to the front of the auditorium, just like if she was in person. Ooh, it's at school.
You're at school. Nice.
Hi, Rigel.
Hi, Miss Siegel.
It's so nice to see you on camera and at your graduation day. I'm really thrilled to give this speech to you. So just here goes. Rigel tells incredible stories. It's one of his amazing talents. Now, punctuation, on the other hand, is not. Lucky for me, though, because this gave me several opportunities to work with Rigel to revise and edit his writing. These sessions always involved laughter because Rigel weaves humor into his writing naturally. One example of this was a piece that has since been locally published called The Curse of the Bad Day.
Oh, gosh.
My favorite part of this story is a curse involving Snoodles the cow, who became the unfortunate victim of some sleeping powder. The same storytelling prowess I saw in years past has taken on a new form that suits Rigel well. He leads games of Dungeons and Dragons as a dungeon master. This past fall, Rigel and his classmates would occasionally play in my classroom during lunch, even once inviting me to join their game. Although I didn't have much time to develop my skills in the game then, I have observed all my students learn new skills themselves as we move to online learning this spring. And this has motivated me to try something I've never done before, run a game of D&D myself. Now, I don't have much time left to do it this year, so I will now be narrating perhaps one of the shortest D&D games ever in the hopes that my storytelling will bring a smile to your face, Rigel, as I honor the larger-than-life character that you have been for many of us at Athena. So, here goes. Meet our hero, Rigel Fumblefoot, and his sidekick and unusual speed, Snoodles the cow. Rigel is known throughout the kingdom for his long, brilliant locks and his penchant for tripping. Gravity is said to have a stronger than normal pull on Sir Fumblefoot, but no sooner does he fall than he is up again with a smile and a laugh. So good is his nature. Rumors have spread that Rigel will soon be graduating or leaving the kingdom to go and seek his fortune in the land of High Schoolia. Rigel has packed his bags and is finishing one last video game before he prepares to set off when he hears a knock at the door. Oh, it is Red Pandacorn, one of the rarest and most adorable creatures ever to roam the land. The Red Pandacorn begs Rigel to stay, saying, "The kingdom of Athenos needs change makers like you, Rigel, people who are wise beyond their years, just and fair in their dealings with others, and thoughtful and kind to all creatures of the land." Snoodles reminds Rigel that he has been summoned to High Schoolia in order to show others just how brilliant dyslexic minds can be. "You can't stay here forever," moos Snoodles. What will Rigel choose? Will he stay or will he go? Let's roll to find out. Now, I fully admit that my novice understanding of this game means I have no clue how dice rolling works, so just go with this, Rigel, and forgive me. Oh, Rigel rolls a 7, but because of his charisma, intelligence, and eloquence, his score is much higher. Rigel faces the Red Pandacorn, his eyes wistful but determined, and announces, "I have made up my mind, and there is no turning back. I will proceed to the land of High Schoolia so I can pursue my dreams of becoming a psychologist one day in order to bring the most good to the most people. Snoodles will join me, so I will always remember the good times I've had in the splendid land of Athenos." The Red Pandacorn sighs, agreeing that this is the best course of action for Rigel, right before transforming into a terrible dragon. Rigel screams, nice, rolls the dice, gets a random number, decides to use his weapon of choice, which is sleeping powder, since Rigel can never get too much sleep, and binds the fire-breathing creature moments before it was about to swallow him. He delivers it as a gift to his old language arts teacher, Mr. Aaron, before riding off into the sunset.
Wow, that was amazing.
I know.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. But I'm not done yet. In D&D, just as in the real world, Rigel, your story doesn't end here and will continue as you journey on to the next stage in your life. I wish you all the best as you live out your story. Another masterful storyteller, Stan Lee, wrote in his memoir that his made-up stories about superheroes helped him truly connect with his fans. I hope you continue to connect with others as you share your art, your writing, and your stories, and that you will always feel connected to the people and places that matter the most to you. You will always be welcome at Athena, but you are called to go and be a superhero in the world. If you don't know how to do that, just roll some dice and then make the outcome whatever you want it to be. May your life be amazing, fantastic, incredible. Congratulations, Rigel.
Excelsior. That was amazing. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Rigel. We're so proud of you. Thank you, Miss Siegel, for that. Oh, the panda corn. All right. I'm going to go ahead and have Rigel head on out. And Miss Siegel head on out. And I'm going to call to the screen Michael. How are you, Michael?
Yeah.
All right. And Mr. Aaron will be taking the time today to share with you some thoughts on your graduation day.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Michael. At the beginning of the school year, Michael and I were having a discussion about essays. Michael decided that he wanted to make me do extra work, so he decided to write an essay and have me grade it. The essay was short, but organized. However, it was missing some key elements that are important to a well-formed essay. I would now like to review the important elements in an essay with.
Well, that's not good.
As the basis of this example essay, I will need a research question. I will use the very important and relevant question, what should Michael do next? To answer this question properly, first we need to create a thesis statement that makes a claim and has supporting reasons. So, what should Michael do next? Michael should continue to be himself because he is adaptive, he is creative, and he is capable. Next, we split the reasons into topic sentences and support them with facts and analysis. Michael is able to adapt to almost any situation. He can be anyone on stage. He can argue any side of any debate. His ability to fit in with those around him leads me to believe that he might be an alien chameleon hybrid. Michael has a creative spark that shines through when he is inspired. Given a simple project around figurative language, Michael chose to create a 3D book that opened up into a library of books inside that each contained one of the required concepts. His word that he needed to represent with this project was knowledge. This creativity shows that he is definitely Leonardo da Vinci traveled into the future. Michael is capable of anything he decides he wants to accomplish. He has the skills and tools needed to get through any situation, or if not, he will convince someone to do it for him, usually through some form of contract. This ability to get things done makes it clear that Michael is actually the Illuminati. There is one flaw that I would like to point out in my original thesis statement. The claim should be arguable by a reasonable person, and no reasonable person can argue that Michael should not continue to be himself because no one else can do it. Michael, I have ordered a book for you as your graduation gift. It should arrive at your house soon. This book went on to inspire a Pulitzer Award-winning musical. I know your interest in theater, so I hoped this might inspire you too. How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying by Shepard Mead. Michael, I am so grateful for our discussions and our laughs we shared together. I only got to teach you for 1 year, but you have made an eternal impact on me. I know your future will be amazing because you are so amazing.
I'm not sure where Mr. Aaron went, but congratulations, Michael. I'm not sure where Mr. Aaron went. He must have exited the studio on accident. But congratulations, Michael. Thank you, Mr. Aaron, for that speech. Let's see. Oh, he's back. Okay.
How much did I lose?
Just your final 2 seconds.
And a bit in the beginning, but
the final moments. Let's see, what is that?
You're all good. All right.
Did I get to say my thank you?
You did.
Okay. Thank you, Michael, so much for an amazing year.
Thank
Thank you,
both of
too.
you for rolling with the technology. Congratulations, Michael, once again. Thank you, Mr. Aaron. And we are going to head on to the next. Have a great rest of your day, gentlemen. All right. Who have we got? I would like to call into the booth momentarily here, Miss Sophia. How are you doing today, Miss Sophia?
I haven't started crying yet, so okay.
Oh, that's good. Me either, which is also super exciting. All right. It looks like Miss Hovish is making her way to the stage to speak about you. And here she is.
Hi, Sophia.
Hello.
When I sat down to write this speech, I tried to brainstorm ways to describe you and all the fantastic things that make up who you are. But no matter how many ideas I came up with, they all fell a little short of conveying exactly how unique and incredible of a person you are. So I reached the conclusion that the only way to share everything great about you was to actually use you. So I've taken each letter in your name to describe all the things that come to mind when I think Sophia. And I think your friends and family will agree. So here they are. S is for super awesome baker. On behalf of myself and the rest of the faculty, I want to appreciate all the baked goods you've prepared for us over the years. From chocolate cakes to gluten-free cookies, the one ingredient that has always been consistent was your thoughtfulness. I could tell it was baked with love every time. I hope you continue to pour your heart into everything you make in life. O, oh, don't even start. O is for onions. O is for onion-stenched miscreant and other Shakespearean insults. For the past couple of years, I haven't seen you without a book in your grasp. Usually a collection of Shakespeare plays or some other title related to them. Your connection to Shakespeare makes sense to anyone who knows you. His style, you share his style of combining sass and class into a creative and unforgettable personality. P is for perfect handwriting. There's not much else to say about it. Your cursive handwriting is gorgeous, and I'm very jealous. H is for hoop skirt. You wear these beautiful Victorian outfits because you like them and you enjoy it. But I want you to know that in sharing your unique sense of fashion, you inspire others to explore new possibilities for themselves. Younger students see you on Free Dress Friday, sporting your hoop skirt with confidence and grace, and it gives them the courage they need to break out of the mold and wear or do something they enjoy, even if they're the only one.
It's even better reason to do it.
Never underestimate the power and influence you have. I is for incredible acting. I have been lucky enough to see you in several plays over the years. From the Peninsula Youth Theater down the street to the hilarious middle school plays. It has been a joy to watch your acting skills improve with every performance. I hope you continue honing this talent, and I'll be waiting for a ticket to your Broadway debut.
I'll make sure you know.
A is for angles. When you first joined my class several years ago, you made it very clear that math was not your thing. Challenge accepted. We started with a geometry unit that was difficult not to enjoy. I taught you about shapes and angles and how to use a protractor, and you were hooked. Your parents were so proud of you and so excited that one day your dad even put a protractor in your lunchbox. We laughed so hard about that together and decided it must be for measurement emergencies. And the emergency protractor was born.
I'm pretty sure we still have that protractor.
I always want you to be prepared. So I've created this emergency protractor case for you. Just break the glass in case of a measurement emergency. But really, when you look at this, what I want you to remember is that there's nothing you can't do. Sometimes in life, you may just have to look at a problem from a different angle. Congratulations on your graduation, Sophia. I wish you all the best in high school and beyond, and I hope you come back and visit us soon and that you bring cake.
I will. I promised I will.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Miss Sophia. Ah, yes, take your bow. You have earned it, my friend. All right. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you later. Oh, she's out and gone. Okay. All right. I would like to call to the stage. Next is Willem. So let me see if I can get Willem to come on up. All right, Willem is coming. Hi, Willem. Good to see you.
My dog's here.
Your dog is there. Fantastic. I love that all the pets get to come to class and everything now. All right, and Miss Lau is almost up to the stage to give her chat.
Hi, Miss Shama. Hi, Willem.
Hi, Mrs. Leo. All right.
Dear Willem, it all began in a corner. You thought you could hide behind your hair in the corner of my classroom lounge. At the beginning of the year, you tried to avoid me and work. Despite trying to hide, you couldn't hold back your curiosity and your cleverness. I remember we connected over a math problem you hadn't seen before. After we talked, you realized you could do it easily and had such a good sense of humor about it. I remember you were so fun to teach in the moment and telling you so. I saw you. You have an uncanny way of cutting through everything else and seeing the heart of the matter, what's really needed. Though you like to blend into the background, I have seen you do that many times since. There have been times when I was trying to explain something to someone in our HLC, you would see the miscommunication and would explain it in your calm tone. Or the times we would disagree, you would call people out on their baloney and state what you saw happening for everyone to consider. In math, we'd go over topics with a lot of material to remember, the log rules, the various ways to solve quadratics, my favorite factoring, and all those trig functions. You would haul out your colored pens and take the time to make your notes, boiling things down to what was essential. There was the time that you came up with SEL activities for the whole HLC with Ms. Lori. You somehow convinced us all to put on blindfolds and walk through a room while you moved obstacles into our path. And we enjoyed it. Somehow you knew what we needed and brought us all together to laugh at ourselves. Then you saw how I was struggling to clean my desk. Anyone who has seen my desk knows the struggle is real. You made me throw things away I didn't need. If those aren't great skills in persuasion, I don't know what is. And there were our HLC morning meeting check-ins. You know, the ones where I would ask how you're doing, or if you wanted to share something, and you would immediately turn it around to ask, how am I doing? Or ask if someone else wanted to check in. It was a diversion tactic, sure, but I have appreciated how you would notice and acknowledge not just me, but others around you. Many times you would see how we were feeling, ask about something we had said before, and often say something direct and insightful. Throughout the year, you've continued to do things that show how clearly you see others and how well you can influence and lead. You've also grown to see yourself more clearly and manage what you need better. I know you hate compliments, so let's call them facts. Here are some facts. I will miss learning more about Hitler than I ever had before you and your numerous projects about him. I don't know how you managed to make multiple projects about him. I guess there's not much more else to say. I don't know. Maybe there is. I will miss hearing you argue the merits of doing an essay versus a project. I will miss you asking me for more advanced math, especially with formulas. It also makes me sad that I won't see your face again now that we've gone to online class and most of the time you turned off your camera. So I'm glad to see you today. Thank you. So I'm going to take this opportunity to look back at some photos of you to remember you by.
Oh.
As you would say, no screenshot, no proof, right?
Oh no.
Here's proof that you were actually in my class. Hold on a second. There we go.
Oh no.
As many people know, Willem's not too fond of pictures, but I assure you, we'll still see his spirit shine through. This is us in our math class, and you can tell the intent look of concentration on Willem's face here. Again, Mr. Z joined us. I believe we're talking about maybe trig functions here. Willem's a great game player, schooled me many times in speed. So here you can see that smug expression on his face when he knows that he's going to win. And lastly, his look of disbelief as we talk through various equations and thinking of different ways to solve things. That wasn't too bad, was it, Willem?
No.
All right. As you can see, this has been a big year for you. You've discovered a lot about what you're able to do, what type of people you like to be around, how you learn best, and how to ask for what you need. I know you'd like to have discovered what you want to do in life already, but that will take time. It took me time as well, hookah aside. I look forward to hearing what unfolds for you in the future. Trust that it will reveal itself to you in time if you are able to be open to opportunities and listen to your intuition, which I know you are. Your journey at Athena is finally over, but I'm grateful it delivered you into my corner for a brief while. I look forward to hearing from you about the new corners you discover out there. I'll always be in your corner.
Congratulations, Willem. All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Lau. Thank you, Willem. Congratulations. All right. So we are rolling right through our graduates here. That was a lovely speech. And I would like to now have Logan Shaw come on forward. And
hello.
Miss Yelnick is on her way to the stage to speak about you. Here she is. Fantastic. All right.
Yay. Hi, Logan. Is your sound on? Is your sound on? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, my sound's on.
Awesome. Hello. It's time for everyone's favorite game show. How well do you know Logan Shaw? I'll be your host, Miss Yelnick. Please welcome our first and only contestant, Logan Shaw. Logan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine.
Great. So, to remind our viewers, Logan will answer a series of questions to see how well he knows Logan Shaw, and he will compete for the chance to win valuable prizes. There are 2 rounds, a true-false round, and if he makes it that far, a fill-in-the-blank round for prizes. Logan, are you ready?
Sure.
That is correct. Great job so far. Here's your first question. True or false? Logan's middle name is Allen.
That is true.
Correct. That is true. Very good. Next question. True or false? Logan Shaw was born in Palo Alto.
I would technically say that is correct, yes.
Okay. Excellent. Keep it up. Final question of the true-false round. True or false? Logan's best quality is his kindness.
Well, that's debatable.
Which is
That's debatable. There's a lot of different things.
So that was actually a trick question, but we're going to give it to you anyway. That was a trick question because Logan doesn't have just one best quality. He actually has several. You are correct that Logan Shaw has kindness. However, that's not Logan's only best quality. Logan is a completely different person from when he started Athena in 4th grade, because back then, he often had a little bit of difficulty accepting change or being flexible to new experiences or situations. Now, 5 years later, as an incoming high school freshman, Logan has achieved amazing strengths in flexibility and going with the flow during his 5 years at Athena. Just this year alone, when Logan was in the middle school plays at Athena, 2 students unexpectedly left the middle school drama class and were no longer in the play. This happened first in the fall and then later in the spring, and Logan demonstrated not only flexibility, but also positive mindset. He showed tremendous maturity with accepting the change and verbalizing positive thoughts about what we could look forward to. This will support him in high school and beyond. Another quality that Logan has is resilience. Life is unpredictable, as we have seen in the past few months. 3 months ago, we had the sudden shift to distance learning. Instead of Logan wallowing in misery and having the, oh, woe is me point of view, Logan took the high road and saw the situation in a positive light when he could. This doesn't mean that he likes unexpected changes, like who does, but rather it means that he will continue to learn and grow from each adverse experience and will bounce back. When the 8th graders graduate Athena, we will hope that they will leave with a well-developed sense of resiliency. And Logan exemplifies what it means to pick yourself up when you fall down, figuratively speaking. Although considering all the bumps and bruises Logan has accumulated from excitedly running around campus for the past 5 years, I'm pretty sure he picks himself up literally too. Another one of Logan's outstanding qualities is his sense of humor. If you have never known Logan to make jokes and be funny, then you do not truly know him. Logan is one of the funniest individuals you could ever hope to meet, and his sense of humor makes him so much fun to be around. Logan has been known to crack jokes in class, make silly comments when no one is expecting it, and reply to his teacher's questions by responding with only a meme and nothing else. One example of Logan's sense of humor that had happened recently during distance learning was when Logan would change his Zoom background during class to have a completely hilarious and slightly inappropriate meme or image behind him, none of which I will repeat here. When he would rehearse the play on Zoom or Google Hangouts for drama class, laughing is an admission of guilt, young man. When he would rehearse the play on Zoom or Google Hangouts with drama class, Logan showed his humor through distance learning when he would write the most hilarious and witty comments in the chat to entertain his classmates. Logan's humor during distance learning classes made the classes more tolerable for everyone. Okay, Logan, you've come to the second and final round. This is the fill-in-the-blank part for prizes. You have 3 final questions to answer, and each question earns you a prize. Are you ready?
Sure.
I think we need theme music again. Okay, that's enough. First question of the final fill-in-the-blank round. When Logan Shaw was in 5th grade elementary drama class, what was the name of his favorite improv game?
Oh, this is easy. It was World's Worst.
That is correct. It was World's Worst. Your prize is a play called The Worst High School Play in the World. I've actually never read this, And if I did, I probably would have thrown it out the window because of how absurd and over the top it probably is, but it's yours. So only someone with a sense of humor would appreciate this play. So enjoy it and tell me what it's about. Okay, second fill in the blank question for a prize. When Logan was in 7th grade, he was in a murder mystery in the fall called And Then There Was One, a Spoof. In the play, the characters accuse the maid of poisoning cookies that the rock star character ate. The characters on stage chase after the maid, tie her up, and try to get her to confess, but she says that she didn't do it. Logan, are you able to visualize yourself in this part? Can you take yourself back to last year?
I'll try my best to.
Okay. Here's your question. Can you finish Logan's character's line in that scene, which begins with the following? If Mims the maid is telling the truth, who else in this room would have the motive, the opportunity, and the audacity to ruin a...
You had to pick this line. A perfectly good tray of cookies, or...
That is correct. The correct answer is a perfectly good cookie recipe from...
From Pinterest.
Yes. Your prize, since I know you like to bake, is a perfectly good cookie recipe from Pinterest. I literally got this from Pinterest and it was gluten-free, of course. All right, final question. And this has 2 parts because that's how I roll. When Logan Shaw was in 6th grade, he was in the middle school play called I Wish, where he played a certain kind of character. Then he played the same kind of character in his final play at Athena that no one actually got to see on stage because of the shelter in place, but we still rehearsed it on Zoom. What is that kind of character in those 2 plays? From I Wish and the recent one.
So in I Wish, I was the Fairy King.
Yes. And in the most recent one?
Oh. Should I?
You wore a crown?
Yeah, I wore a crown in both plays.
So you were a...
King.
Awesome. Hold that thought. That's the first part of the answer. Correct. Here's the second part of the question. Logan Shaw has many hobbies. He enjoys baking and cooking, video games, track and field, horror movies, and playing Dungeons and Dragons. He does have one other hobby. If it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, what has Logan Shaw been known to do at home after a rough day?
Probably sleep.
Yep. Since Logan likes to nap and he played the king in 2 different plays, your final prize is a pillow that says... Nap King. Enjoy your prizes. Logan, it has been an honor being your teacher for 5 years in a row. I've loved spending the last 3 years with you in the auditorium every single week of the school year for the middle plays that you were in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I am so proud of the insightful, caring, funny, creative, motivated, and ambitious young man you have become. I wish you luck in high school and be sure to keep in touch. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay, Logan! Congratulations! All right, my friend. Thanks so much. Congratulations. And we will see you shortly. Bye, Miss Yelnick as well. All right. Our next graduate that will be coming to the stage is Mr. Will McGuire. There he is. Hi, Will. So nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
And we've got a couple of people coming to the stage to do your speech for you today. We'll bring up Miss Jo. Hi, Miss Jo.
Hi.
And our special guest, Coach Trevor.
Trevor, you need to unmute yourself.
There it is. Oh, sorry. I hit it like 3 times, so I guess it was on a delay. So, bud?
Hey, Will.
Hi.
Unexpected surprise?
Yes.
Yeah.
You gonna go first, Trevor?
Either way, either way. I can do either one.
Carry on.
All right. So, I wanted to talk to you first to get some information because you and I just have our short little text chats, but I didn't know for sure if you knew that I was going to be here, so I figured I'd leave it up to a surprise. So first I want to say good morning to everyone, and I want to thank Ms. Shama and Athena for having me today. It's been a couple of years since I've been part of this special day celebrating all the graduates, but I'm especially happy to be here to give Will his send-off. Looking back over the past 6 or more years of knowing Will, I have been some really fun and awesome ones. Watching him grow into the young man that he is today has been pretty cool. From when I first stepped onto Athena's campus and seeing he and his friends following me and my dad working around the campus, to the last day of his 6th grade year as his teacher, when we said goodbye a little early because he said he wasn't going to be there for the last day of school. I remember coming onto campus when Will was just a little 3rd grader, I believe. Is that right?
Something like that.
Okay, cool. That's one of the questions I had, but didn't want to spoil the surprise. Anyway, I remember coming onto campus when Will was just a little 3rd grader with his glasses, his Nike outfits, and his big old smile. He and his crew of friends would always run up to us, on their break and ask what we were working on today. We would chat for just a minute or two, and then he was off running and screaming away, and we were off to work. One of the first major memories I have of Will at Athena is of a huge transformation that the school went through, changing their landscape. We went from 2 giant sandboxes with a rundown play set that would shift about a foot in each direction when the kids were running across it and had to be closed down, to the big grass field that we have today. Will and his buddies would sit there on snack or at lunch every single day watching us rip the buried concrete mystery blocks out from under the ground. They would laugh and cheer at each pull, but I think they were just hoping that the tractor would flip or we'd snap a chain and have to figure out a way to get it out. But nevertheless, he and his friends would be there every day without fail. It was not shortly thereafter I received a call from Ms. Shama asking me to join the great team at Athena as the new PE teacher. From then on, Will and my friendship and relationship grew quickly. He never hesitated to ask help set up for the class or ask to play capture the flag every single day. There were a few days here and there when we'd had trouble getting the class in order, but Will would always step up to help and get things back. Another great early memory I have of Will was in the makerspace. The first year I ran the space during lunches, Will and his buddy Patrick came up to me and said they had an idea for building a pool table. And I challenged them to gather all the materials that they would need for this project, and we would come up with a plan and get it underway. With great enthusiasm, they kindly hounded me every single day to help them put it together. It took a couple of weeks, but soon enough, with all their hard work, they had a mini pool table ready to go, and it was the place to be at every lunch. They had kids lined up waiting to get their turn. Will and I were also lucky enough to have a lot of the same interests in life. I remember the day he told me he got his new mountain bike, which is a huge hobby of mine. He showed me lots of pictures and told me all about the plans he already had to take it out with riding with his friends. Will and I would also talk baseball, some hunting, and even some fashion. I never understood the Gucci, Yeezy, or Supreme craze that he was in, but he never skipped a beat to tell me about all the new releases and what he wanted. However, he did keep me up to date on all the new Giant swag that was handed out at the stadium. It seemed like monthly during the season, he would get a hold of the coolest handouts from the Giant Stadium and bring them to school and then share them with me. So for that, I would also like to thank his mom. Going into middle school, Will grew up pretty fast each year. I would have days at the track with my PE class, as well as my fitness elective classes, and Will seemed to take a great interest in running. He would even like me to run with him at times to push him along. Also, he would come to me with plans or goals that he would set for that class or that week, whether it would be beating time or completed laps for that day, but he made sure every day he would complete his goal. Hot, cold, bad weather, it didn't matter. Which I'm also to understand that he's still doing today up until this crazy pandemic that we are in, but he informed me that he does like to run on his own still. Recently, I talked to Will a few weeks ago and learned that he will be attending Sarah High School. When we had this conversation, I told him that I didn't like Sarah. Sarah was a big rival for me in high school. Our schools did not get along very well when it came to sports. But even with knowing this, I told him I'd support him going there, and I can't wait to see which direction he chooses. Sarah is an awesome school. He's going to do great, and I had some great friends that went there growing up, and they became great members in their community. Before I finish up, I'd like to share one more quick story. This is where I knew this kid was extra special. One year, Will and his dad, went to an event held by some former Giants players. Will Clark is my all-time favorite Giants player and was said to be there. When I told Will that I was unable to attend, he seemed a little disappointed, but he understood. Without saying much else, I told him to have a great time, and I couldn't wait to hear all about it. The next week, when we returned from the weekend break, Will came up and grabbed me on Snap and said he had a surprise for me. We walked over to his homeroom. He reached in his backpack and pulled out a wrapped gift. As I opened it, Will had this huge smile on his face. To my shock and surprise, he had gotten a baseball signed for me by none other than Will Clark. I was speechless. He didn't even ask if I wanted anything. He remembered it was my favorite player and took it upon himself to do something special and generous for me. And to top that off, the next time he went and I could not attend, he got a personalized hat signed just for me, also by Will Clark. That's who this guy is, and I know he still is today. He's kind, thoughtful, even though he may not admit it, but has the biggest heart and just wants to do better by those around him. But just a reminder, I will be available for you at any event, Will. And final, I know whether it's in the classroom, giving fashion tips on Fortnite, or on the track, running away with it, Will give his best, and I'm so happy to have been here today. I'm also very happy to have gotten to know him over these years and wish him nothing but the best in the future. I hope he knows he can call on me as a mentor or a friend whenever he needs. And never forget that we share the same birthday too. August 8th, best day on the calendar. I miss you, buddy. I miss all the students at Athena, and I had some fun times, but I know you're going to do some pretty amazing things, and I can't wait to see the rest of the story. Congrats, buddy.
Thank you.
Oh, and as your gift, almost forgot. I didn't want to spoil the surprise again, so I couldn't ask you your size. But have you ever heard of StockX?
Yes.
So StockX is a big side of mine, being a big shoe fan. And I got you a little gift certificate, which I'll send to you. But I'm hoping that these, my favorite running shoe, which is made by a local company that you got to visit, and Adidas, the best running shoe out there, it's something you might choose. But it's up to you. You can have whatever you want.
Thank you.
Again, congrats, bud.
Thank you.
Thanks, Trevor. Hey, Will.
Hello.
It's such a privilege to be here today with Trevor to be part of your graduation. We're so proud of you. There's another teacher of yours that really wanted to be here today, Miss Gale. She moved away from us last year, and she can't be on this today. She's not even watching, unfortunately, because her school is still in session. But she wrote me a letter to read to you. So I'm going to do that right now. So this is to Will from Miss Gale. Hi, Will. Firstly, I feel so privileged to have had the opportunity to spend several years getting to know you and to be one of your teachers. And there are several reasons I feel so lucky to have had this opportunity. I loved working with you on your HLC projects because I was able to experience firsthand what a hard worker and creative thinker you were. I was also surprised at how you navigated the relationships in our room with such emotional wisdom. This segues into how you're such a close observer of others and shared deep understandings with me. You were so spot on, bro. With close pals, those who are gone this year, you are undyingly loyal, not outing them for any pranks. Well, without my promising, locking it in the vault and crossing my heart. I don't recall outing you but once with prankster Westgate. This doesn't negate the fact that you have one of the qualities I and many others value enormously, honesty and integrity. These are the character qualities that companies and businesses seek and lead to success in life. Well, and I'm deeply and enormously proud of you. You are both intellectually and heart smart. Most people have to grow into having an emotional intelligence through life lessons, but you have a head start. Congratulations. You've worked so hard, and I'm so grateful to have shared part of your life journey with you. With lots of love from Miss Gale. So as for me, I would just like to say I'm not often fortunate to be in the classroom. So I asked a couple of teachers to tell me what it was like to be your teacher. And here's a little bit of what I heard back from them. Miss Lau remembers that you were the first student she met back in 2004 at Athena. 2014 at Athena when she was doing your testing. She remembers that you were full of energy and spunk, and you taught her a Narwhal song. No idea what that is. She also said that you used to sing Uptown Funk at the top of your lungs. And would you like to give us a demonstration?
No.
Nowadays, Miss Lau says that you're much more chill. You are kind and fair and peaceful with others. Your kindness extends to the visitors to the classroom, talking to the kids on visit days and putting them at ease. Miss Lau also told me that you're a deep thinker. You like to think things over, ask for some advice, mull it over a little, and then take action. This will serve you well as you go on to high school and beyond. You've not lost your wicked sense of humor, though. I'm told that when it's least expected, you'll make a slightly inappropriate comment or joke. I personally think that your impression of my accent is pretty funny. Not accurate, but pretty funny. And I'm absolutely certain that I don't sound as awful as you make me sound. You want to give us a demonstration of that? I have been followed around on many a lunchtime around campus by Mr. Will and his friends being teased about my accent. You're an amazing athlete. Miss Pam and I were recently laughing about the times when we took you to the middle school track when we were between coaches. While running the mile at the track was something that was either tolerated by your classmates or complained about, you never complained. You just ran and ran, often finishing the mile and then doing 2 or 3 more laps. When Miss Pam asked you about it, you told her you just liked running. That's not something I can relate to. One thing that we all agree upon is your great sense of style. I know that you've on occasion had to leave early to get your hair cut. I personally used to love seeing what colored bands you would come back with the day after you visited the orthodontist. You were always so patient with me when I came to inspect. I'm quite certain you thought I was crackers. Is it time to talk about your socks? Great taste in socks, my friend. Inspired. You're also a bit of a charmer. I secretly think Miss Lau really loved being told her hair looked good. As for me, I'm not certain that the compliments that I received were 100% genuine all the time, or really it was just because you knew I was a sucker for your smile, because you knew that on the right day, with the right amount of cheek, that I might magically be able to produce for you and your little cohort of lovable rogues, Vincent and Jonathan, ice cream for you to eat in secret in Miss Pam's office during lunch. Well, I want to tell you how very impressed I was with your resilience this year. It truly broke my heart at the beginning of the school year when you were so sad about being back without your friends. I could feel you hurting from my office. I would stand looking out the window, wondering if I should go and sit with you or just let you process in your own way. I'm so glad that on a couple of occasions I did make the choice to sit with you in your sadness a couple of times. And I felt honored that you talked to me and shared your hurt. I loved watching you over those first couple of weeks when you slowly explored making new friends and reaching out to the new students and friendship. It was beautiful. You showed such great strength of character, and you inspired me to look inside and to do better. You'll be really missed here by your teachers. This is why I don't get asked to do this. By the other students, by all of us. But I'm certain that you're going to shine in high school. And I know that this world will be a better place as you go through life. You will impact people in ways you'll never know, through a kind word or a smile or a meaningful action. Whatever path you walk down in life, walk tall. No matter what the world throws at you, because sometimes it's not going to be great. Stay true to the person that you are today, because that person is quite remarkable. So I want to show you something. Hopefully I can screen share and make this work. Give me 1 second. I want to show a photo just as a reminder before I give you your gift. Let me see. Share screen. Is this going to work? Let's see. Share screen. My whole screen. Can you see my screen?
Nope.
You can't see my screen. Huh. You know what? Maybe I'm not smart enough to do this. I have a photograph that I was going to put up that is of Trevor and Chuck on the tractor when you were so enamored watching them from that fence for those months and months and months that summer when they were digging out the sandbox. So, so that you never forget those times, I have your very own replica John Deere tractor as your graduation gift. I also have for you, because of your love of socks and your love of ice cream that's not arrived yet, but I have for you a pair of socks that say, if you can see this, bring me some ice cream. And when I deliver that to you, I'm certain that there'll be a box of ice cream bars in there for you as well.
Thank you.
I hope that you'll look back on this time at Athena and with joy. I hope that you'll come back and play with your digger in the sandbox. We'll always look back on your time here and remember you with such joy and love. We're going to miss you. You're going to do amazing in high school. I've loved getting to know you over these years. That's me.
Congratulations, Will.
Thank you.
So proud of you. Oh, take himself out. He's gone. All right. Thank you, Trevor, for making a guest appearance.
Bye.
Bye, Miss Joe. Oh, Joe needs to come back. She'll be back shortly. And our last, no, not last. Yes, our last and final graduate, but definitely not least. I'm going to go ahead and bring Miss Maddie into the booth. Hi, Miss Maddie. All right. We've got a couple of folks who are heading up to chat with you. We've got Miss Siegel coming on in. And Miss Hovish is here. All right.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to this special edition of Books and Cat Videos, your go-to place to talk about books and watch cat videos. I'm your host, Catty Purry.
And I'm Rita Book.
In today's episode, we'll be sharing the latest in great cat videos from YouTube, reviewing a great book, and introducing you to a well-known author with humble beginnings in the Bay Area. But first, Tabby with a tood. Let's play that cat video.
Oh, I'm hearing from our producers that there are technical difficulties streaming our cat video. It seemed that the cats keep walking across the keyboard, so we'll come back to that.
Aww. Well, let's move on then to our book recommendation. we would like to share with you an insightful book appropriately titled Normal Sucks by Jonathan Mooney.
In fact, this book was recommended by our featured author for today, Ms. Maddie Gago.
That's right, Rita. Maddie met Jonathan Mooney 12 years ago during a middle school field trip when she was attending the now world-renowned Athena Academy. Mooney took time to meet Maddie and encouraged her to follow her dreams of becoming a writer. Now, she's been on the New York Times bestseller list for 6 straight months and has sold over 5 million copies of her latest book. She has come such a long way, and it all started when she was just a young student.
And you know what, everyone? We have acquired some exclusive footage from Miss Gago's 8th grade graduation.
No way! I can't wait to hear from people who actually knew the Maddie Gago as a student. Let's roll those tapes.
Yes, let's roll those tapes.
Oh, it's happening. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Hi, Matt. I'm recording this message for you.
No, I downloaded it. You're not supposed to be doing this.
Hi, Maddie. I'm recording this message for you.
No! Wait. Let me try something.
It's Athena. There's gotta be some technical difficulties.
Well, we have guest star Mr. Plant here, and he just tells you that he hopes you have a great adventures in high school, and I can send you the video so that you can see it. But that's Mr. Plant, one of your old teachers here.
He's talking to you from Vancouver, and he highlights really what a positive, kind-hearted person you are. And you know you can trust him since he's a Canadian. They never lie. There's hopefully some more videos. Let's watch.
Let's try.
Hi, Maddie. This is Hovish here. I just wanted to let you know that it has been an absolute joy teaching you these last several years and watching you grow into the incredible young woman that you are today. I still remember little Maddie in my math class in room 1, playing math games, smiling, making everybody else smile. You've always been so creative, and you've always tried to be your best self. I remember when we were doing Girls on the Run, and every week you would just push yourself to be, better and better until you get to that next level. So I hope that you continue to do that for the rest of your life. And I want you to know that the Athena family will always be here for you. And I hope that you have an amazing experience in high school and that you come back to visit us soon. Congratulations!
Wow, that Mrs. Hovish really knows what she's talking about. let's hear one more.
Hey, Miss Maddie. I hear you're graduating. Congratulations. I want you to know that in my 10 years as a classroom teacher, you were definitely one of my all-time favorite students. What I loved about having you in our class was your personality. It was always just what we all needed. You would bounce into the
Oh no.
classroom. You were like a ray of sunshine.
Maybe I'll skip ahead a little bit.
Somehow you managed to get your hands on a bag of pipe.
It's all right.
And so you did.
So Miss Rachel goes on to share about how you found a bag of pipe cleaners and that you made these amazing kitty cat headbands for everybody. And by lunchtime, everybody had a kitty cat headband. She had a kitty cat headband. Miss Shama had one. I had one, I remember. A bunch of the kids had one. And it just continues to show your amazing creativity.
Wow. It seems like Maddie has always been an incredible person.
She sure has, Rita. And to celebrate, everyone in the audience is getting a copy of her latest book and their very own pair of pipe cleaner kitty cat headbands.
Woo! You get a kitty cat headband.
And you get a kitty cat headband.
And you get a kitty cat headband.
See you next time on Books and
Cat Videos. Congratulations, Maddie.
Congratulations, Maddie.
Yay! All right. Congratulations, Miss Maddie. Cat headbands all around. All right. Let's go ahead and have all of the teachers that are still in the booth jump on in here, and we'll do one last big round of applause for all of our graduates. Congratulations, everybody. All right. I'm going to remove some folks from the screen here. I like to take this time to celebrate not only our graduates, but also some other very special folks that are a part of our community. As we know, Athena is a special place, and we are lucky enough to have people come to Athena and stay at Athena, which is something that is really, really fantastic. So what I'd like to do right now is just acknowledge and thank a few folks who have been with us for quite some time. So first, I'd like to invite Miss Yelnick back into the booth. Miss Yelnick joined us 5 years ago as a member of our language arts team, and she jumped right in and was ready to do whatever needed to be done, and has been an incredible contributing member of our community since the day she set foot on campus. I remember when I met Miss Yelnick and then I was calling her references to kind of get a sense of what she was like as a teacher. The folks that she had been working with said, Miss Yelnick is someone who loves her students takes the time to get to know them, and is an amazing communicator. And if any of you have ever had the privilege of receiving an email from Miss Yelnick, you know that it is filled with great warmth, lots of detail, and usually inquiry into not only all of your family members, but also your fur baby family members, and possibly a cute picture of one of hers, or a reminder about the pets and how important they are in our life. And that goes to show just how much Miss Yelnick loves every single one of her students, does take the time to get to know all of them, and is an extremely positive contributing member to our community. And I am so grateful that you joined us 5 years ago, that you are still with us, and that you are always up for whatever challenge comes your way. And I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time with all of us. And I hope that you spend another 5 years with us.
Thank you, Ms. Shama. That's very special. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you so much. All right. So I know that in the background in my green room, waiting room, I have Miss Lau, but I don't see her. I think she might be hanging out in Miss Siegel's window for a second. So maybe if I could get Miss Lau to come back, that'd be awesome. But while we wait for Miss Lau, I would love to bring to the stage Mrs. Hovish. So Mrs. Hovish also joined us 5 years ago. And when I met her, it was at a booth that Miss Ann and I were running at a event in Oakland, I believe, of all places. And Miss Hovish bounced up to the table and she said, "Are you guys hiring?" And I said, "We are always looking for good, high quality teachers." And she said, "Okay, great." She asked a little bit about what it was that we did at the school, and we chatted for a minute. And to be honest, I've been at a lot of those booths and I've talked to people and I never hear from them again. But by the time I made it back from the East Bay to my house and was able to check my email, Ms. Hovish had done research on the website, created a very specific cover letter that expressed her interest in Athena Academy and told us why she is the perfect person to work there. And had turned in all of her paperwork and said, "I want to work at this school. This is where I want to be." And she's never looked back. She has been extremely dedicated to everything that happens on campus. And she has been right there through thick and thin for the last 5 years. And I am so grateful that she is with us and that she has been able to touch so many people's lives in her time at Athena. So thank you so much for your dedication and for being with us for 5 years. And I know you're going to be around for a lot longer. So congratulations, Ms. Hovish.
Thanks.
Yes. Okay. So, Miss Little, you need to actually let Miss Lau come to the front, please. Come all the way up, Miss Lau. So, Miss Lau joined us in 2014, which you might be saying, well, that's 6 years ago, which is true. But Miss Lau took a Lau, is what we call it, and she took a year off, and she left us for a smidgen. But she couldn't really stay gone because people don't truly leave Athena. So Miss Lau took a year off and came back. And so this is actually Miss Lau's 5th year with us. And I am so very grateful also for your presence, your true compassion for all of the students that come into your classroom. You work tirelessly for every single one of them. And they love you for that. And we all love you for those pieces as well. We know that when we have a conversation with Miss Lau, it is going to be heartfelt, it is going to be genuine, and it is going to be the best solution and outcome that could possibly happen. And so thank you so much for coming back from your Lau year and staying with us and completing your 5th year. And I look forward to working with you some more. So thank you so much, Miss Lau. So grateful. Okay. I have another one. Okay, you ladies get to stay there for just a second because I'll bring up Ms. Pam. Hi, Ms. Pam.
Hi.
I know that you seem to think that you were going to get out of doing this, but you have also been with us for 5 years. And again, the day that you walked onto campus changed everything. We all know that in reality, Miss Pam makes sure that the school keeps running. Without her, and on the days that she's been gone, I don't understand how she does half of what she does, because I can't do a third of what she's supposed to be doing on her job when I'm filling in for her. Miss Pam loves all of the students. She takes care of every single one of us and makes sure that everything is happening the way that it should be. And one of her favorite ways of communicating the things that need to happen on campus is through raps and songs of different sorts. Some of our favorites from Miss Pam would be Clorox wipes and Get the Gum in the Trash, which are two of our favorites. So we felt like maybe it would be good to honor her in a similar fashion.
Dear Hamilton, what to say about you? You love each child, you know them all by name. When you came into the school, you smiled, and it won our hearts. We're dedicating this song to you. Athena Life never had such style when you filed. So we don't fall apart. You make us look so smart. Right with vegetation. Kids need a light for you. And hugs and ice from you. On top of lays a strong foundation. Kids can't be scared of you. Kids mean the world to you, and you blow us all away. 5 years, you say. Yeah, you blow us all away. Congratulations, Pam. We love you.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pam, for all of what you do for all of us and making sure that we all remain sane. You're the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for your service and time. Can't wait to see you in person very soon. All right, I need Miss Jo at this point to please return to the booth. She has somehow escaped. But I would love for Miss Jo to come on back in for me. That would be amazing. So as she makes her way back into the booth so I can put her shining face on the screen, I wanted to make sure that I took a minute to honor Miss Jo. So Miss Jo has actually been making Athena the place that it is for a decade. She started working with this school as a board member. She's been the board president. She's been instrumental in making sure that every piece of this school keeps running. She has a ridiculous sense of humor. She drinks more cups of coffee than she has glasses on her head. And all of those pieces are why we love her so much. And I want to make sure that I give her a huge shout out and a big thank you for her decade of time with Athena Academy. Ooh, oh, she made it in. And I thought you were going to be able to not have your face on the screen while I say thank you to you for 10 years. But yeah, so Jo has been with us for 10 years. She's instrumental in making sure that Athena got started. She was instrumental in continuing Athena's progress, and we all are so grateful for everything that you have done behind the scenes, handing out lunches during lunchtime, which is one of her all-time favorite things to do. Jokingly say that Jo's title is the director of everything else, and it is absolutely true. She makes this place run, and she's been doing that for 10 years. So thank you, Miss Jo, for being with us and for making Athena the place that it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right. So those are the I can't believe that I've gotten to thank that many people for their longevity in a school community. It is something that does not always happen. And so thank you all so much for all of your fantastic work. As is our tradition, we have a couple of quick videos to share with you. The first one I will share is just a reflection on all of the amazing things that have happened this year in case we have forgotten any of them. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and hope that you all enjoy this little trip down memory lane.
Hold the hands of time. Promises will follow. Inner visions realized in a new tomorrow. Running with the rising sun, tomorrow. Step beyond how far we've come, a new tomorrow. Looking up, we rise as one, open every door. The world is waiting for you. Running with the rising sun, a new tomorrow. Step beyond how far we've come, a new tomorrow. Looking up, we rise as one, a new tomorrow. Here, running with the rising sun, a new tomorrow. Step beyond how far we've come, a new tomorrow. Running with the rising sun, a new tomorrow. Step beyond how far we've come, a new tomorrow. Looking up, we rise as one, a new tomorrow. Here, running with the rising sun, a new tomorrow. Step beyond how far we've come, a new tomorrow. Looking up, we rise as one, a new tomorrow.
All right. So that was a little bit of a reminder of all of the things that have happened this year. And so I hope that you enjoyed that. And our closing piece that we have on this fine day is always a closing appreciation circle, where folks are given the opportunity to thank folks that have made a difference over the year. And so we had some of folks submitted things ahead of time. So we have a video that we'd like to share of some pre-recorded appreciations, but I would encourage you to take time and include your typed appreciations in the live chat that's been happening so that everyone can celebrate each other. And so I'm going to share one more video with you and we'll do our appreciations.
Thank you so much to all the staff of Athena for getting us through these hard times and trying to make a routine as close to normal as we can.
I appreciate all my classmates, all my teachers, all the staff for this year.
Hello, Miss Erica. I just wanted to say that you're a really nice and great teacher to me. Just the way you explain things in math just makes sense, and really appreciate it, even though you can't really control how you think. It's still nice to know that I'm in a safe environment, and I think you're nice to not just me, to all the students, and that's what a good teacher needs to be. So just wanted to say you're a great teacher.
I appreciate Mr. Z because he works so hard to give everyone access to Minecraft. I appreciate Miss Tobish because she's really supportive. I appreciate Mr. Don because he makes learning really fun.
Hi, Miss Lally, the best math teacher ever. I'm really glad that I got your class this year, and I can't wait to speak with you again next year. Hi, Miss Yelenick. I'm really glad I was in both the plays. I've had a ton of fun working with you and all the other students, and I can't wait for next year so I can do some more plays.
Thank you, Athena Academy, for having us do schoolwork through COVID-19 and letting us talk with our friends. It's been hard to get through this virus, and if we all work together, we'll make it through.
Thank you, Miss Pam, for making the yearbook. Thank you, Miss Shama, for being a great principal. Thank you, Mr. Dom, for teaching me HOC. Thank you, Miss B, for teaching me language arts. Thank you, Miss Lau, for teaching me math. Thank you, Miss Dermation, for teaching me PE. Thank you, Mr. Z, for teaching me tech and learning lots of really important things you should do when you're on the computer. Thank you, Miss Yelnick, for teaching my drama class. Thank you, Miss Mickey, for teaching me music. Thank you, Miss Jean, for being supportive when I make things in the art room.
I'd like to appreciate Luke for being an awesome friend. I'd like to appreciate Miss Pam for being our one and only Spider Pam and for always keeping school going. I'd like to thank Miss Siegel for being an awesome HLC teacher and just an awesome person in general.
Hi, on behalf of the Herman family, we would really like to show appreciation for all of the staff at Athena. Ben's had a really terrific 4 years there, as well as the administration. He has really grown up a lot and enjoyed his time there. And we've loved being part of the community. We miss you guys. And thank you all so much.
Hi, I'd like to show appreciation for Miss Pam. She holds us all together and keeps us all in line, everybody, and thank goodness for her. We love you, Miss Pam. Many people to show appreciation for, but I'll just name a couple. I could say every person in the Athena Academy and the families and the community that I so appreciate. But I'll start with Shama, our fearless leader, who we love and learn so much from. She's so supportive and gracious with all of us. We'll miss her, but we are happy for her and her new endeavor. Thank you, Shama.
Hey, Miss Siegel here. I'd like to appreciate everyone who helped teach me how to be a better mom this year, including the students who gave me advice, and to Miss Leslie, who stepped in for me when I was out on maternity leave, and she kept the classroom awesome. Thank you very much. And Miss Hovish, who made a special room for me when I came back and reminded me how much I love my daughter Emma and how much I love working at Athena. Thank you to everyone, and especially the parents who do so much out of love for your children every day. Kids, you are so lucky, and I am so lucky to be your teacher.
Hey, I would like to appreciate my kiddos, all of my kiddos. You have been amazing. Thank you for all the laughs and the jokes and the good times that we shared. And also for the rough days. Thank you for those too, because we got to learn a lot about each other. I would like to say that I'm super proud of you for your resilience during the transition to distance learning and for keeping yourselves motivated. Even though you weren't able to see your friends or your teachers, you really taught me a lot throughout these weeks, and I am thankful for that. I would also like to appreciate my colleagues, because you are not only the people that I work with, but you're my friends, and you always had my back, and you always had kind words when I was going through rough times. So thank you for that. And finally, I would like to thank parents for supporting us so much during these distance learning weeks. I have to say that they were rough on me as a parent, and I think that all of you did it gracefully. So thank you for all of that support.
I would like to express my appreciation and gratitude to Mr. Z. During the school year, you were always very patient and helpful with all of us. But when we went to distance learning in March, I feel that you really went above and beyond to help every single student and parent and teacher navigate these new tech platforms. And I don't think we could have gotten through distance learning without you. So I just want to let you know how much I appreciate the kindness and patience you have shown all of us in the Athena community. I appreciate you very much. Thank you, Mr. Z. You're awesome. I would like to express my sincere gratitude and appreciation to Ms. Pam. Ms. Pam, you are the best. That's it. I would like to express my gratitude to the families of the middle school play this semester, both the students and their parents. We suddenly had to move everything online in March and do all of the classes through Zoom or Google Meet, which is not the ideal way to rehearse a play, but all of the kids were really good sports and super fun to be around. And I'd like to express my gratitude to the parents of all of the kids in the middle school play for being so communicative and supportive and kind and caring and really respectful of our situation. And I think I got the best of both worlds. I had kids who were a blast to be around, and then I had parents who were really, really great and supportive. So I just want to let you know that I appreciate you. Thank you so much for everything that you did this semester.
I would like to appreciate all of my students and their families for all of their amazing support and generosity and patience, not just during distance learning, but this whole entire year. I have enjoyed your company in my classroom. I've enjoyed all of the fun we've had together, the jokes we've made, the stuffy parties, all of the fun that we've had together. And I want to thank you for really rising to the challenge of distance learning at the end of the year. I'm so proud of all of you, and I hope that you know how grateful I am to be your teacher this year. I also have to share the deepest appreciation for the team here at Athena, all the faculty and staff. We work together so well, and I don't know where I would be without you guys. Miss Pam, Joe, and all the other teachers, all the other specialists. It takes a village, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this one. Also, behind the scenes, we call Shauna our fearless leader for a reason. She's an incredible support, friend, listener, and leader, and I'm so appreciative of that.
Oh yeah, it's graduation time. Y'all know what that means, right? Time for a little ditty from Miss Pam. Yo, it's school year 2020, and I gotta give y'all credit. You rocked it hard in the midst of this pandemic. You each deserve a shout out, so listen for your name. We got Michael, Andrew, Ryan, Gus, and James. We've got 2 Logans, 2 Jordans, 3 Bens. Then there's Spencer, Willem, Jack, and Jonathan. Next up, Sumner, Atticus, and Rafferty. We also have Will, Julian, and Colin Lee. But don't forget Rigel, Jazzy, or Sophia. Also Luke and Jacob, Christopher, and Lena. I'm still not done naming. I hope y'all are ready. But Dylan, Lizzie, and Lorenzo Benedetti. Cedar, Emmett, Isaac, Baz, the list still ain't ending. Macklin, Isabel, Uday, and V. Feldman. Ooh, this is a lot of students, for goodness sake. Hold for the rest while I take a little break. It's harder than it looks, y'all. Stretch it out a little bit. Yeah. All right. Aiden, Akil, Anders, Alex, Austin, lots of A's. Home quarantined and distant learning these days. I miss the kids on campus. Oh man, I'm kind of tearing. Why can't I see them? Bring back Elise and Kieran. I'm almost done, y'all. I swear I ain't lying. Mo, Colette, Amy, and also Brian. Now just a couple left in which I want to say hey to my girls, Maddie, Nadia, and Nene. Oh my gosh, you guys. I seriously miss every single one of you kids, teachers, everybody. I know this year was not what we expected it to be, but I think it'll bring us all closer in the end. And I hope everybody has a great summer. I love you guys. I miss you guys. Peace out.
I'm not really sure what I say after that, but I would like to just echo Miss Pam's final words and all of the appreciations from the folks who were on the video and those of you that are in the chat. Thank you all so much for your perseverance and amazingness this year. I look forward to being able to see all of you in person sometime, hopefully soon. Be safe, be well, and have a fantastic summer.